What's up, my people? You're in the place for LiQWYD conversation. My name is Tristan Deves, and today we're going to be going over a brand new combo that kind of focuses a bit more on other DDD types, as well as getting out things like the King of All Calamities, whilst also utilizing the PK package. So there are a lot of variations for this. I really do like this engine and the way it works due to the fact that you're actually getting out multiple negates as well as still being able to go into the King of All Calamities and being able to protect him a little bit more. So to start off with, we're going to go through our hand pieces. We've got our 7th Copernicus, the Lamia, the Swell Slime, and the Phantom Skyblaster. Now this is our token piece. We're going to be getting up to an extra 3 monsters technically on the field to be able to utilize as materials. So I'm going to stick those straight in that hand center there for us to be using. Going on to the deck, what we're going to need today is going to be a Vice Typhoon, a rank up magic launch, you'll need 2 of those in total, a Dark Contract with the Gate, a Ragnarok, a Night Howl, a Silent Boots, and a Necro Slime. Now with the Phantom Knights rank up magic launch, you need 2 cards in your deck, whether it's the Phantom Knights rank up magic launch or it's any other Phantom Knights spell or trap card, due to the fact that you actually need a target for it for the effect to activate in the first place. You're also going to need yourself a minimum of 3 tokens. They're going to be just up here for our tokens themselves. Now in terms of your extra deck, you're actually using a full 15 cards. So this is where it gets a little crazy. You got your King of All Calamities, your Satellite Warrior, your Formula Synchron, your Rusty Bardiche, your Lancelot, a Dragon King Beowulf. It doesn't have to be a Beowulf, it just needs to be any other level 8 fusion monster that the DDs can actually produce. So something like another Flame High King Genghis, for example. You're also going to have your Borrowload Savage Dragon, Gust King Alexander, Marksman King Tell, Decode Talker, Crystron Hack Fibrax, Flame High King Genghis, Wave King Caesar, Cross Sheep, and then your Flame King Genghis as well to back you off. Just obviously this guy is limited to 1, so it does kind of reduce your chances of actually pulling this, and due to the fact that he's a fiend, there are no real searches for generic fiends.
Well, technically...
But still, it's a lovely combo and I just wanted to show you guys.
Alrighty then.
We're going to start off with our Swell Slime and our Lamia to fusion summon for the Flame King Genghis. Now it's important you do these 2 because obviously Copernicus needs to be on the field to activate its effect. And when you fusion summon, normally we go here. Today we're going to be going up top. So we're going to be doing it in the extra monster zone. Then we're going to use Swell Slime's special ability, banish that, and then you're going to special summon Copernicus. This is going to trigger its effect, sending Necro to the grave. At this point, you're not going to activate Flame King Genghis' effect. Instead, you're going to normal summon your Phantom Skyblaster. Now, as you have 3 monsters on the field, you're going to be able to summon 3 tokens, of which you're then going to utilize one of those tokens, which is going to go off the field, not to your graveyard. You're going to utilize one of those and your Flame King Genghis to go into a Cross Sheep. Once Cross Sheep hits the field, you're then going to go for a overlay into your DDD Wave King Caesar. Now obviously this isn't a pure DDD engine, but it does utilize Wave King Caesar and also Marksman King Tell, allowing for more special summons and more extenders. Then we're going to go for our fusion summon of our Flame High King Genghis using Necro Slime and Flame King Genghis, special summoning to Cross Sheep's position, triggering Cross Sheep's effect, bringing back your Lamia. Lamia is then going to go with a single token, and then you're going to create your Crystron Hack Fibrax. Once you've got Crystron Hack Fibrax on the field, you're then going to go into your deck and you're going to bring out your Night Howl and you're going to special summon it. Night Howl and Cross Sheep are going to go to the grave for your Decode Talker, who this doesn't need to necessarily be Decode Talker, you just need a Link 3 Dark Monster. That is all that is required. And the reason being is because we're obviously going into our Rusty Bardiche. Now, after we've done that, we're then going to go into Marksman King Tell for another overlay. The Flame High King Genghis effect will trigger, bringing back the Flame High King Genghis effects will trigger, bringing back your Night Howl. Now when Night Howl comes back, it's going to go for the level 4 token that was produced by Phantom Skyblaster for a synchro summon of Gust King Alexander. We can then utilize in our grave our Lamia, sending Marksman King Tell to the graveyard. When Marksman King Tell hits the graveyard, you're allowed to send 1 DD monster to your graveyard, so we're going to send our Vice Typhoon there. Also, when your Wave King Caesar hits the graveyard, you're going to be allowed to add 1 Dark Contract with the Gate to your hand. So we're then going to set that, play it, and then we're going to get our Ragnarok. Ragnarok's going to be straight up activated in the pendulum scale, and once we've done that, we're then going to go straight into our Borrowload, banishing the Lamia, and Cross Sheep for the equip. Now we have our Vice Typhoon and we have our Wave King Caesar. They're going to go off for a Dragonbane King Beowulf. On the special summon of King Beowulf, it's going to trigger Ragnarok's effects. Now it doesn't really matter what we go for now. We could potentially go for the Copernicus to be able to set it to our pendulum scale so we could get it back maybe at a later date. But I think the better option here is just straight up go for your Night's Howl Once you've got your Night Howl on the field, leave it there for a second. You're going to go for your rank 8 Lancelot. Once you've got your rank 8 Lancelot, you've now got your Omni Negate and another Omni Negate on the field. You're then going to be able to go into Rusty Bardiche, because it requires 2 or more dark monsters. Obviously this is a link 3 and this is 1, so technically we could have gone into a link 4, but Rusty Bardiche at this point is better. Now the reason you go into these 2 is because we could actually utilize both this guy's effect or this guy's effect during your opponent's turn, but you have the ability now to activate Rusty Bardiche without it being reacted to due to the quick effects. So you're then going to send a Phantom Knights of Silent Boots to the grave, and it's going to set yourself a rank up magic launch. Now you're going to want another Phantom Knight spell or trap card in your deck over here. If you don't have that, you're not going to have a target to utilize the Silent Boots, so when you do go to use Silent Boots now, you won't be able to activate Lancelot's effect, which negates the effect activation in the first place. So after you've gone for that, what you're able to do then is basically set turn to your opponent. Now obviously you're left on 1 Omni Negate, 2 Omni Negates here, and your Crystron Halqa Fibre Axe, which obviously we can utilize a little bit further on. But what we're going to want to do is, generically when a player makes a turn, they're going to activate some form of effect. Now the first Omni Negate you want to be utilizing is your Lancelot, sending this card to the grave to activate your Phantom Knights rank up magic launch. However, you do, in all honesty, want to be able to utilize Borrowload Savage Dragon's effect first, so that you can get your Formula Synchron, so that you can go into your Satellite Warrior to bait them out for this effect. Because if you're baited out on your True King of All Calamities, it could potentially be game. So at this point, it's entirely up to you. You can wait to negate their opponents using your Lancelot, and then you can use your rank up magic launch, obviously then going straight into your Calamities. Or if you really wanted to, you could go for your Formula Synchron first, banishing that Crystron, and then going into your Satellite Warrior. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's combo, and I'll see you in the next one.